What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, J Cash, back to you again with another banger video. Hey, look, bro, as you can see, it's morning time. I woke up mad early and shit. It's morning time. Sun is shining. You know, birds is chirping and shit. But look, today we gonna do a story time video, bro. I haven't done one of these in a long time, and I kind of miss doing them. So we gonna get into a little story time. But before we get into that, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications. Y'all are new. We trying to upload more consistently this year. Like I said, I took a little break, but we back, we better. You feel what I'm saying? So without further ado, we gonna get straight into it. Look, this happened around the time I was in high school, though. You feel me? And at this time, during my high school time, I was kind of known around like Atlanta, like Gwinnett area type, people knew us, whatever, me and my homeboy Anthony, like all my homeboys and shit, we always known for real, like around the area. So every weekend, bro, we was not driving. We did not have a car. Every weekend, though, we found a way to go to the mall. Every single weekend, bruh. Every weekend we was at the mall, bro. We was broke. We wasn't buying nothing. We was just at the mall, right? So after a while, the mall started getting packed up like on the weekends. I'm talking about like, bro, the mall was like full of just people just walking, bro. Like high schoolers just walking around doing laps around the mall. And the mall was Sugarloaf Mills. I don't know if it's called that no more. I think it's called Discover Mills. And it was called Discover Mills before. So boom, right? So we used to go every weekend, bro. It was cool. Like, you know what I'm saying? We go there, talk to the little joints and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like chilling, bro. Sneaking to the movie theater. Bullshit. You feel me? So one particular weekend, I don't know what it was about this weekend. PD was there, bro. And like Atlanta PD and all of it was there at the mall, bro. So we like, all right, cool. But remind you, it's still packed in there. It's still packed. So we doing our same thing. So remind you, like I said, we was known, bro. We was known at this time. So like every time like a big ass group would walk past us and shit, we knew them. So we would dap them up and shit, like joke around, caca, like, kiki, haha, whatever, and keep it pushing, cause like we was cool with them, but like we didn't like hang around them like that. You know what I'm saying? We was just cool with them. Like, yeah, we know y'all type shit. Like y'all cool, but we not finna hang around y'all. Cause at that time, me and my homeboy was on a different vibe. Like, nigga, we was childish as shit. We still like kind of childish, but childish, bro. So like, what we used to do, niggas be like, oh, that shit weird, like y'all lame. But like, now everybody doing that shit. That trolling shit, we was doing that shit years ago, nigga, like for real. But group of people, right? One page this big ass group. So we stopped, so dapped them up and shit. What up, yo? And it was me, my homeboy. It was me and 3 other my homeboys, bro. So it was 4 of us in total, right? So at this weekend particularly, my homeboy that we was with had a car. At this time, nigga had a Beamer, nigga. So we was riding around at it. So he put up on us like, yo, y'all trying to hit the mall? Boom, yeah, hell yeah, Beamer and shit. Pulled up on, so he was the only one driving, bro. So he was older than us and shit. He was the only one some food to eat, little shit. So right when we was about to leave, we walked past a big ass group of people, bro. And we stopped in the group for a little bit, dapped everybody up, like talk shit for a little bit. Boom, kept it pushing. They went their way, we went this way, right? Bro, literally 2 seconds later, bro, Gwinnett PD stopped us. Stopped right in front of us, like, oh, where y'all going? So we like, the fuck? So like, we gotta go home. Like, we gotta get in the car and go home. He like, nah, y'all not. Y'all coming with me. So we like, what the fuck? So we looking. I looked at my brother. I'm like, yo, we should dip on these niggas. But the people we was with, they wasn't on that type of time, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I'm glad we didn't do it, because it would have probably escalated the situation. Maybe, I don't know. But it might have. I was like, yo, we trying to dip? So he looked at me, and I was like, nah, it's not a good idea, bro, because we with them. So he like, I bet. So they ended up taking us, walking us to like this back room, bro. Like, they still walked us through the mall. If you know Discover Mills, bro. So they walked us past the movie theater, and then just went through like the side door, and then walked us outside to like this back room, bro, right? So we like, yo, what the fuck is going on? Like, what's going on? So we pull up to the back room, and I was sitting in there watching cameras and shit. So he like, oh, like, well, what was y'all purpose at the mall today? So we like, shit, like we chilling, like, you know, like we high schoolers, bro, we chilling, like what's the problem? Bro was like, did y'all buy anything today? So my homeboy was like, yeah. So he's like, oh, what'd y'all buy? Where's y'all bags? He said, nah, I bought a piece of gum. So I don't know if that triggered the nigga to make him feel some type of way when the nigga was getting smart. Don't know. But bro was like, alright, that's cool. So we end up sitting there for a little bit, like just in quiet, bro. So remind you, at this time, me and my two other homeboys, we like juniors and seniors and shit. So we a little bit older. My homeboy down, like my brother, he was like, I think a sophomore or a freshman, one of the two, right? So he younger than us, remind you. So he quiet for a little bit. He get to saying, all right, well, we're pretty much banning y'all from the mall, like banning us from the mall for soliciting, bro. They banned us for soliciting in the mall, meaning like we can't just walk around the mall. Like we didn't buy shit, we just walked around. I'm like, what if I ain't find shit that I wanted? I'm just walking around, like I ain't find nothing. So, but they banned us for soliciting. At this time, bro, the mall was packed. Like they was just trying to get people out, I guess. I don't know what the fuck was going on. The mall is dead as shit now, but they were just trying to get people out, I guess. So they were just banning people for whatever reason, bro. And but it is what it is. So we got banned for soliciting, right? So me and my other two homeboys that's in the same grade as me at the time, we was able to sign for ourselves, right? Because we were old enough, we were able to sign for our shit and dip. So they like, oh, like once you sign, you can leave the room. So we like, nah, like our mans is in there. So he like, no, like leave the room. So we standing outside the room and shit. Mind you, like I say, he's younger, right? So the door is cracked and we like sitting there like waiting for my homeboy, the younger one, cause he can't sign for himself. So they like, oh, you gotta call your parents or some shit like that, right? But his people was strict, bro. So we wasn't finna call them. Like we was like, no, we are avoiding them. Like we're not calling his mom. We're not calling nobody. So we had the bright idea as some dumbass high schooler. We was like, yo, let's call our homeboy that's not here and be like, yo, act like his pops, like act like his dad. So we like, yo, give them this number, bro. Nigga said, all right, get him my homeboy number, bro. My homeboy, they called my homeboy, so they like, oh, is this so-and-so's dad? He like, yeah, like he put on a deep ass, because we little niggas, we got a little squeaky ass voice and shit. Put on a deep ass voice, like, yeah, like, this is dad, da-da-da. So he like, oh, okay, like, well, your son was up here, blah, blah, blah. Like, you know, I think he was buying it at first, right? So he's like, oh, okay, like, so what you want me to do? Like, what you need to do, whatever. So, I don't know what made the nigga ask this shit, bro. But I guess he kind of caught on to something. Bro was like, oh, by the way, when's your son's birthday? That shit took a whole turn of events, bro. He asked him, when is his son's birthday? He said, you know, I'm not really in his life like that, so I don't really know. So my homeboy was like, yeah, like he just a bad dad, like he don't really know my shit, like he don't be around me like that, whatever. He lying to this nigga, so he like, nigga hung up on him. He like, now call your real parents. We like, oh my God, bro. He like, yo, that's my dad, like, da-da-da. He's like, bro, like, well, he don't know your birthday, so I can't say he's your dad, blah, 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 all this other shit. So we ended up having to call his I think it was his mom or his grandmother. I think it was mom, though. Ended up having to call his mom to come sign him out for the shit, right? Mind you, like I said, his parents did not play that shit, bro. Mom pulled up, blacking. She was mad as shit. So we didn't even ride with my homeboy. We ended up getting in the car with his mom and shit. And Moms was spazzing on us the whole time in the car. Like, what the fuck was y'all doing? Y'all got me coming up at the mall at this time of night. Started going crazy. We like, damn. So we thinking we going home, bro. Thinking we going home. Like, all right, finna go to the crib. Like, we lived in the same neighborhood at the time. Like, we finna go to the crib and shit. Just, you know, next day, you know what I'm saying? Forget about the shit. No, bruh. She ends up dropping my homeboy off, I think at his pops' crib. And I'm in the car, too. I'm in the car. He's like, no, like, I don't want to go there. I don't want to go there. She ends up dropping him off at his pops' crib, bro. And after that, I don't know what happened, bro. I'm not going to lie. I don't know what happened, bro. And she took me home for like I think like a week, bro. I didn't hear from this nigga for like a week, bro. I don't know what happened, bro. Next thing I know, he came back, fresh cut, bro. Shit was shaved off. He had a fro and shit. Fresh low cut, nigga. I'm like, oh shit. So he ended up getting in trouble. My people didn't know like the whole situation. So his mom dropped me off at the crib. So the next, like I think that next following weekend, my sister asked me, she said, yo, you want to come to the mall? I said, oh, like, which mall? She said, Discover Mills. I said, nah, I think I'm gonna chill. I think I'm gonna just, remind you, she know I love going to the mall. My sister know I love going to the mall. She like, you don't want to go to the mall? I was like, nah, not this weekend. I'm gonna just chill. Cause I ain't gonna tell her like, yeah, I got banned. Like, I ain't gonna, like, come on, bro, that's crazy. So I'm like, yeah, like, I'm gonna chill this weekend. Like, y'all could go ahead though. She like, all right. So that's pretty much the story though. We did end up getting banned from Discover Mills for like, I don't know if it was a permanent ban or a temporary ban, because I did end up going back to that mall after a couple years. You know what I'm saying? I look different. I got facial hair and shit now. Looked a little different. So I did end up going back a couple times actually. Man, never had an issue. So they did have our pictures posted up outside the walls. So that's how my sister ended up finding out though. They did have our pictures posted up like not allowed to come into the mall type shit. They had hella pictures of hella people, and four of them was one of ours pretty much. So that's the story, bro. We did end up getting banned from Discover Mills, Sugarloaf Mills, whatever y'all want to call it. And this is, like I said, high school time, so like 2014, 2015. And chill out on me, bro. I know that's like a long time ago, but chill out, bro. But those are the eras, my guy. Those are the eras. You wasn't born around that time. You wasn't not born, but if you wasn't around that time, you know what I'm saying? Don't talk about it, bro. But J Cash, we gonna get up out of here. Yeah.